What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay coming at y'all with this reaction video. And look, bro, we gonna switch it up. We gonna be adding some stuff, bro. We gonna add some nerd stuff to this. You know what I'm saying? So we got the MCU coming in, bro. Now I'm a big fan of the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel personally like Fantastic Four was an amazing movie, bro. Like other people was complaining, other people didn't really like it, but I feel like I enjoyed it. So we're gonna be reacting to this. What fans are missing in the Doom post-credit scene? This was posted 2 days ago. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Den of Nerds. I am Josh, and I want to talk to you about the post-credit scene for the Fantastic Four and the setup with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, because everybody's getting this wrong. Okay, not literally everybody, but there's a lot of misconceptions out there, fake news,
Now, we're gonna be talking about this, bro.
even fake leaks that Marvel Studios is spreading themselves. And so in this video, let's get nerdy as fuck as I explain every little thing that people are missing and go way deep on different things teased in this post-credit scene. All right, so the first thing here is to talk about Doctor Doom's motivations. When this scene was first shown to people during screenings like a couple of weeks ago, people had leaked it out, but the impression that people gave when they described it was that Doctor Doom was showing up to take Franklin, that this was some kind of hostile act. And then some leakers started suggesting that that was how it was going to happen, that Doctor Doom was going to take Franklin Richards during this scene. And I gotta tell you, I don't think that's what's going on. I don't view this scene as Doctor Doom showing up to be hostile. I've seen this thing several times at this point, and Doctor Doom is literally caressing Franklin's arm. He has taken his mask off. He is knelt before the boy, and Franklin does not seem afraid at all. In fact, he's reaching out with his hand towards Doctor Doom's face. So the body language, the tone here does not strike me as something hostile, but there's another reason I think Doom is just here to talk, and that has to do with Sue Storm. Now, in this as something hostile, but there's another reason I think Doom is just here to talk, and that has to do with Sue Storm. Now, in this scene, Sue Storm goes to get a second book for...
Now, let me stop right there. I do agree with him right there because, bro, if he was trying to do something evil, dog, we already seen... I mean, the baby in there is older. He's like 5 years old or something like that because it says 4 years passed by. So if the baby at like 8 months or whatever how many months that baby was born could heal Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, like, bro, if he can heal back to life at 5 years old, wouldn't you think like, okay, this dude could like stop Doctor Doom at least somehow, some way, like paralyze him or something if he was trying to do something bad? Because think about it, bro, Galactus was trying to eat this dude so that he can be immortal. Like he said that like he can go back to resting pretty much.
And comes back noticing that there's somebody in the room. She holds out her hand and arms up her crazy powers. And yet as she rounds the corner and we have it revealed that it's Doctor Doom, she does not immediately attack. Now this might seem like a crazy thing to bring up, and maybe I wouldn't bring it up if it were not the case that in this movie, like in the actual Fantastic Four movie, Sue Storm uses that power several times and she's like really fast on the draw with it. She hits Johnny a couple of different times. She hits the Surfer. Like she's really quick on the draw with her power. And yet she rounds the corner here and we linger on Franklin and Doom for a while and there's no attack. To me, it seems like the film set up the idea that Sue Storm has some kind of relationship with these supervillains. That's most exemplified by the scenes with Mole Man. Like there's one where Mole Man says, I don't trust the surface dwellers, but I do trust Sue Storm. And then later on, of course, Mole Man actually shows up to the Baxter building and has a conversation with
that boy got his shades on,
and he's all like, I want him to ask. And then they have a big blow up fight. And the thing is, this is just like Marvel Comics. You know that meme with Namor and the fact that like Sue
bro,
and
now
Namor
you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though? I think this, like, bro, this all might happen like where she cheats on him with Namor, because remember in the Doomsday cast, you know, Thor and all them guys is in it, but Namor's in there, bro, along with Sue Storm, along with the Fantastic Four, along with all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Namor's in there, bro. So if Namor cheats on Mr. Fantastic, you gotta like You gotta fight him, dog. Like I ain't
thing
no
and
cap.
everybody knows about it. The whole reason that's even a thing is because just
see?
like with Mole Man, just like with many other villains, Sue Storm is an approachable sort of figure. Sue has some kind of a relationship with these different villains and often does work with them or recruit them to help the Fantastic Four. And that includes the villain of Victor Von Doom. Now, hold that thought for a second because there's something else we need to talk about, and that's the fact that Robert Downey
That's what I
Jr.'s
just said.
Doctor Doom
That's the
has
cast.
basically been confirmed to be from the universe of this Fantastic Four. This universe 828. And there was a lot of questions about this. Like, people were not sure if he was actually from this universe. There are multiple scenes in the film that have Latvian flags during these big global meetings that were something like the United Nations. Like, you can clearly see several times throughout the film, Latveria is there represented, and its flag is familiar to Doctor Doom or Marvel Comics fans. So Doom exists in this universe. We just weren't sure if Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom was the Doom of this universe. Insider Alex Press has basically confirmed that he is from this universe, which again is
Look how
kind of
raw
set
that
up by
boy
these
look
scenes
right
in the
there.
film. So altogether, what that means is that Downey's Doctor Doom is a more traditional comic book Doctor Doom, and we know that because this universe is a traditional Fantastic Four universe. I mean, the whole montage with all the different villains, the fact that Sue has relationships with the Mole Man, this is all classic 60s and 70s Kirby and Stan Lee Fantastic Four. And so we have no reason to think Doctor Doom from this universe would not have a traditional comic book origin as well. That would include a relationship with Reed Richards, first established when the two of them were roommates in college. I mean, in comics, it gets to the point where Doom and the Richards family are like basically connected. Doom helps save Sue Storm and save the child, the second child that Reed and Sue have together. And Sue agrees to let Victor name the child. That's where we get the name Valeria. And Valeria is, of course, the first lover of Victor before he became Doctor Doom. And in the comics, it's well established that Valeria and Doom have a special relationship. She refers to him as uncle. And the reason I'm telling you all of that is because I think it tracks to the lore of this universe. Once again, this universe seems to be traditional to the comic book origins. So with all of that in mind, let's reinterpret this post-credit scene.
Yeah,
This
let's
is
do it,
4
let's do it.
years after the 1 year after defeating Galactus. So essentially Franklin is 5 years old here. Probably fair
That's
to
what I
say
said.
Galactus has not shown back up. Otherwise this scene wouldn't just be chill. It would be crazy because Galactus would once again want Franklin. Sue's getting a book and then all of a sudden somebody shows up. We hear some kind of teleport thing. Sue comes into the room. She arms up her powers, rounds the corner and sees Victor. To me, the reason she doesn't fire her weapon or her abilities right away is because she can recognize that Victor's not there to do them harm. I would imagine this scene leads to a conversation, and I would imagine it leads to Victor needing to speak to Reed. Now, there's one more thing we gotta talk about that's gonna make all of this make sense. Doctor Doom is
Let's take a pause right there. In the next movie, bro, Doomsday, they have to do some background on how he became like this, because we all know, like, we just have to do some research on this dude, bro. Like, he can't just come out of nowhere and automatically want Franklin and want to talk to Reed Richards about like whatever it may be, multiverse, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta talk, give him us a little bit more background about him.
obviously not a part of the movie, right? Which seems really wild. I mean, the whole Earth is about to be destroyed and Doom doesn't do anything to help.
That's
seems
what I'm
wild.
saying.
But the only explanation for it is if there was something even more dangerous than Galactus out there, and Doctor Doom was preoccupied with preventing or stopping something like that. And we already know that incursions are happening all across the multiverse. The multiverse itself is collapsing. And so I believe Victor Von Doom is already out there studying the multiverse, learning about the incursions, learning about the sacred timeline, the TVA, all of this sort of stuff. And that's why he's there to meet Franklin and to speak to Reed. Now it gets even crazier, so just
Okay, so let's pause there. So, he's learning about the incursions, learning about all this stuff. So this is my whole thing. So Loki is in control of the timeline, pretty much. Like he sees everything, he keeps everything in check, everything's good. So does Loki not see this dude and be like, okay, this might be evil? Or since he looks like Tony Stark, does he think, oh, this is Tony Stark? This isn't like he's not evil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not evil at all, but he just has a new suit, like, and stuff like that. Like, what's the mindset behind Loki? Like, bro, they have to go deep into this, bro. They can't just let Doctor Doom be some crazy behind guy, bro. Because Loki was able to defeat Kang, bro, and Kang was smart. Like, he created a TVA. He did all this stuff, bro. Like, there's no way Doctor Doom is just gonna come out of nowhere and be this strong. Like, no.
Just kind of stay with me. I know it's been really nerdy so far, but I hope you're still understanding everything. Kevin Feige just came out and said that a lot of the characters from 616 are going to end up visiting the Baxter building in the 828 universe. Now, hold on. That's absolutely crazy, right? Like, what's the deal with that? Well, to me, this is actually the missing piece to a theory I've had and something I couldn't quite figure out about Avengers Doomsday. You see, the rumors are that Doctor Doom is going to get the Fantastic Four and the Avengers of 616 to fight against the X-Men of the X-Men universe that's going to be in this movie. It's going to be X Universe 10005. It's been described as a mutant utopia, some kind of like version of the Fox canon where they end up in a utopia. Like Magneto has Genosha and it's a paradise, and Xavier has the estate and everything's chill. Anyway, the point is, I didn't quite understand how
Right, that's what I'm saying. That makes no sense at all. I don't know why they're trying to take this angle, bro.
this would all come about. But that's because I originally thought Doctor Doom was going to destroy the universe that the Fantastic Four lived in, thereby causing Reed and his family to escape into 616. But then I was like, wait a minute, how could Victor then get the Avengers and the Fantastic Four to go fight the X-Men? That doesn't make any sense. Well, I think this actually explains it. And there's another leak out there that helped me get to this conclusion, and that would be that Daniel RPK said that Franklin Richards in Avengers Doomsday is actually going to be aged up even more than he was in the post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four. The kid is supposed to be between 10 and 14 years old in Avengers Doomsday, and if that is true, it means that we're gonna jump 5 more years into the future of the Fantastic Four universe 828 before we get into Avengers Doomsday. By the way, that would perfectly explain why the Fantastic Four ship during the post-credit scene of the Thunderbolts movie looks so much more advanced and older and more modern than the one we see in the actual Fantastic Four film. But what are they going to be doing for that 5 years? Well, I think Reed Richards and Doctor Doom are going to be studying the ship of Galactus. Now, I'm going to go more into detail about this in a big video where I kind of like explain this huge theory here, but the main reason I think this is going to happen is because in the very first Secret Wars story, the Jim Shooter one from the 80s, Doctor Doom sees the power of Galactus and he sees the power of the Beyonder, and he ends up stealing the power of Galactus to then fight against the Beyonder and steal the Beyonder's power. But getting Galactus's power and the power cosmic was an important part of that story for Doctor Doom. Oh, and the way he did it was by breaking into Galactus's ship.
Bro, I just don't think, like, the theory's cool and all. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the theory's cool. But, bro, he cannot do all that in one movie, Doomsday. Because, look, it's gonna be Doomsday, then it's gonna be Secret Wars. Unless they drop a Fantastic Four #2, where they do this stuff, where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole movie is just trying to prevent Doctor Doom from getting that stuff, whatever he's trying to get, in the ship of Galactus. And then the end cutscene is like Doctor Doom about to fight Beyonder or something like that. But like, Beyonder needs his own movie, bro. Like, even I mean, like I said, this movie didn't have that much fights, bro. Like, Galactus needed way more screen time. Silver Surfer needed way more screen time. Like, I don't know. This movie was just to drop the foundation for the rest of the movies, bro.
And getting the power cosmic that was in the ship to funnel into Doctor Doom. Well, Galactus's ship, which is crazy advanced and probably holds the power cosmic, is literally just sitting above Earth right now. And so I think Doctor Doom was out there learning about the multiverse. He's gonna come down, speak to Sue Storm, then speak to Reed Richards. Doom will explain what is going on in the multiverse, and then Doom will get Reed Richards and his family to go into 616, recruit some of those Avengers. Then they're going to go into the X-Men universe and fight against the X-Men universe. And this is probably all some kind of ploy by Doctor Doom to distract all of these people so that then he can get the power of Galactus and then potentially get the power of even more powerful beings, potentially even Franklin himself or the century. By the way, we do know that Reed Richards in the Doomsday movie is getting an upgrade to his costume. This was spoiled on social media when Pedro Pascal posted a picture of a book, but we could see his thigh and the new costume, like that new advanced threading, the more modern MCU kind of a style. And when you look at the concept art for Doctor Doom, it's obvious that he's going to get a suit upgrade compared to this one we see in the post-credit scene here. So that would make the 5-year time jump and the exploration of Galactus' ship make even more sense. I even think this version of Doctor Doom might be him with the power cosmic, because he kind of like looks like Galactus here, like a little bit more than the OG Doctor Doom. Like, look at this flap as he sits down here, and just the design of the mask. It definitely gives me some Galactus vibe. But all right, that's kind of crazy speculation theory territory. But I did want to break this down for you guys. I wanted to talk about this post-credit scene because I, again, think a lot of people are getting it wrong. And I also think there's just a lot more here when you have the context of all the other leaks and rumors. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.
They definitely are gonna catch us by surprise with this, bro, because it's definitely gonna be interesting how they show the. Because, bro, if Doctor Doom's been looking like, look at all the movies we've been watching, right? If these dudes are futuristic, then Doctor Doom already seen all this, because time is moving. They've already seen it, so he has to explain this to Mr. Fantastic in 828, whatever it is. That, yo, these dudes named the Avengers, they're fire, Spider-Man, Venom fought a whole bunch of Venom aliens. Because this is all MCU, bro. Like, there's 3 Spider-Mans from different universes. They all came together. They fought all the villains that they fought. That each one fought. What else? Deadpool knows about the incursions. Wolverine knows about it too. Wolverine's with Deadpool. Like, just think about it. Then they go to X-Men with the Fox. It's just a lot of information for one movie, bro. Like, I just don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know. I don't know. They definitely have to do a good job at explaining this 100%. But let me know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, and subscribe.